Chill. Chill. It says, why this couple with 2 million views? Why this couple with why this couple with 38 kids won't stop adopting children? This couple. This couple with 38 kids won't stop adopting children. Interesting. Chill. Chill. What's everyone saying about it? What's everyone saying about it? How do normal people feel about it? So they can remember 38 of their children's name, but my mom can't get me. Oh shit! Get me and my sister mixed up. Mom can't get me and my sister mixed up. I mean, this is what it is. Bully pushes one of the 38 siblings have entered the chat. I have a sibling and she's so annoying. Like, oh my god, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. I have 37 siblings. What? These people could realistically have 100 grand kids one day. 100 grand kids one day. Imagine if they all went to public school and they got their yearbook. It would be a whole page of kids in at least with the same last name. Imagine this couple on their last day of life. They can look back and say, I made a difference, I mattered, and I did something good. And that's great. Okay, I want to say response to that. It's an amen. I like trained. Random. They can do that every second of the day. True. Just because you have kids doesn't mean those who don't have had a life. Those who haven't had a life. Man, they should put the commas, man. I think she didn't mean like kids of their own on their own. She meant did something great in life by adopting these kids and give them a chance to a way better life. Wow, I got paid by people watching this video saying I'm a hero died. Oh, good grief. Please don't play the sensitive card. You know where she was coming from. Her comment was not degrading anyone childless. They have found the meaning of life. Man, what am I reading, bro? They care better for 25 kids than some people for one kid. Yeah, I said 25. It's 38. Okay, what's up?
What's wrong, Willow?
Actually, my own problem with having a kid, or even having a lot of kids, is one, expensive. They are expensive. Children are expensive. Two, it's just like, there's this thing about children, man, where they're just like, you always have to keep doing something for them. Like, you always have to, like, wake them up for school. You always have to bath them when they are young, obviously. Put on their diapers. You always have to do, and when they grow up, you still do more things for them, like work on their homework for them, teach them things. It's like, god damn, it's like, the idea of having kids is just, wow, it just sounds so stressful. The idea of having kids sounds so stressful. My own thing is, how can someone do it, How can someone do all that? I think people just get overshadowed by the fact that they will have kids to, because they love children and they would love to, like, take care of one and shit. I guess to others it's like getting a dog, but man, I don't know, man. Just like, why would someone want to, like, go through a lot with children? Like, you're gonna go through a lot. Like if you're alone, right? If you're alone, or if you have like a girlfriend or something, it's like, it's never too stressful. But if you have like children, holy stress. Damn.
Being in families with a lot of siblings is fun because there's more kids to play with and you're not always bored.
I was an orphan, and now I have a family. My life has totally changed.
My name is Jean Briggs.
My name is Paul Briggs.
Oh
and we have 38 children.
We have
Mr. Briggs.
6 biological children and 32 adopted children.
6
To
biological.
give you a listing
32.
of all of our kids, it's just too many to have memorized all the birth dates and such sort of thing, but most of the older ones now are out of the home.
I hope they ask them questions like, are you gonna have more?
Grace turns 20 on a couple of days.
My name is
Sandra
Grace.
is
Sandra.
18. Anna is
Okay, this is looking
23.
shady. What the hell is that face? Okay, this stuff is looking real shady. Those kids look like they're from Africa. Like they look really African. Like.
Isaac is 22.
And then you got Tia. Then you get
Wait, Tia? Wait, how old is she?
down to Maya.
How old is she?
22.
And then you got Tia. Then you get down to Maya.
I didn't hear her age. What's Tia's age? What's Tia's age?
Isaac is 22.
Okay.
And then you got Tia. Then you get down to Maya.
Yeah, Maya and Luke is 17. Maya is 17.
Right. I
Salem,
guess.
Sarai.
Yep.
So Tia is like 19 or something? I don't know. So they keep going from the top to the down, I think. No.
Who are twins.
20.
Salem and Sarai are 14.
Dude, come on. These kids are not from... These people are just crazy. This is just... These guys are addicted to adopting children. It's crazy.
Gracie is 16. I have to have an award for this after this. This stuff.
You probably wouldn't have an award. I feel like there's more... There's a more known family that adopted a lot of kids that is more than 38.
Andrew is 14.
You got Zeke.
Zeke is
He's 15. Levi's 14.
14.
Yo, you know they've been talking for like a minute about their age. I mean, I've been talking for a minute about reading the comments. But they've been talking about their Zeke. Like, whoa. I mean, this is what happens when you have like 38 kids, man.
Isaiah is
12.
Right.
Lila's 10. Twin boys.
Yep, or 8.
Jesse and Judah are 8. Jubal is 4. And Jayla
Jubal, Jesse, Jayla.
is 3. I have always wanted to adopt. I wanted to.
But not 38. Oh, think about how they eat. How they eat. Like, they gotta show us how they feed them. Like how is the pots gonna be like? How are they gonna
Make sure
work
who I
with the
married
pots?
like children. And so when we were dating, when we were younger, at 14, my first date with him was a babysitting job, so I could tell I was that mature. If he would be good with kids, he was, and the rest was history. I never really thought we would do this many children. This is a boys' room. Isaac, Zeke, Abraham, and Luke sleep in this room.
I mean, of
This
course
is
you
the
remember.
boys'
I mean,
only
he does
bathroom.
it every day.
Only boys allowed. And this is where I'll probably need help. Grace sleeps here. Selah and Sarai sleep here.
Sarai, Maya, Leah,
Cute.
Natalie, and Lily.
Lily.
This is the toilet, the
No,
soap,
it's not the toilet. Kid is showing us the toilet. No, we do not know what the toilet looks like, kid. Thank you for telling us. Oh my god.
and the cups,
This is
and
amazing.
the spray, and here's the toilet.
They're not saying, I think it's 11 minutes, so they gotta go into more details. I just feel like I shouldn't watch everything, man. Because it's gonna be a problem for YouTube.
So the water for
Oh
water.
my god.
Jayla and Jubal are our youngest.
Hi.
They were adopted from Ghana.
Of course.
Jubal came
I knew it. I just knew it. I've been saying it. Like, they look very... So the woman went to West Africa to get some of the kids.
at
Interesting.
9 months old, and Jayla came at 2 years. Jubal came by himself He has no legs due to a condition called amniotic banding, where in utero there's these bands that can come and then they just kind of amputate. He was placed out in the bush in Ghana when he was born and was found. Jayla was found in a trash bin.
Jesus. I knew that this was gonna go this dark. I mean, I know that there's a lot of like babies that don't get taken care of in Africa. Because, you know, poverty is very high. And there's no way they can take care of them, but just, damn. I knew it was going to go this far.
At weeks, maybe even not weeks, because we don't know, she was abandoned. Mom died of AIDS and the family didn't want anything to do with that, so they stuck the baby, who they thought would have AIDS, in the trash bin. And so she had mom's viral load for 2 years, which is not unusual. And then we got her home and she didn't have it.
That's amazing. Whoa, pizza. Of course, I gotta see. I just
of
have
the
to see
38
this.
children we have, there are 25 of them living at home still.
We do have a system in
Yeah, because
place
they're
to
young,
help
right?
us take the burden off of how we manage these kids that have special needs or even just needs. I'm probably very OCD and need to organize, and organization is good in a large family. And they all know it's necessary to be extremely organized or we'd have chaos. We have to have beds made. We have to have kitchens cleaned up. We have to have trash taken out.
Bro, the money that they're spending, bro. Look at this beautiful Tia.
You know, and I'm not going to do it for everybody. It all just works. That's what a family does.
The grocery bill, by and large, Jean goes out twice a week for the main.
I gotta know how much they're making. I mean, how much they're spending. Like, what the hell?
Main purchase, okay?
You see that much
Walmart
pizza?
one day, Sam's Club another day, but combined total, we probably spend $1,000, $1,100 a week on the groceries.
When my mom goes shopping and the people say, man, that's a lot of food, and
Whoa, the accent. The accent. Like, I'm not, like... So, wait. I mean... They didn't have all the kids when they were, like, all young, obviously. I mean, look at the women, the girls. They are still wearing, like, the African... They're still working, acting like they're kind of like in Africa, like they're covering their heads, like that's like, that's surely like an African thing. But it's like, whoa, the accent from that kid, man, is like super American. There's like no Ghanaian like accent or West African accent.
my mom goes, I have 38 kids, and they open them up, go, wow.
Oh, they sometimes think we're having a party, but it's all for the, for the family here to eat.
This is the accent, man.
Adjusted our home over the years to deal with bringing in more and more children. The home started with about 2,400 square feet. We've had 3 additions, it's now just over 5,000 square feet.
You have 2 swimming pools, 2 trampolines, huge play areas out back because we need them. With this many kids, you can't put that many children in one swimming pool or on one trampoline.
This is amazing, man. This is amazing. Like, I guess the thing about having a lot of kids, man, is the thing about having a lot of siblings is that you could never get bored. There's just so many people with different personalities you can talk to. You never get bored. You always have someone to talk to. It's amazing. I actually like that. Actually, I really, really do like that. The idea of always having some kind of like family member to always talk to regardless.
So in our household, one of the biggest challenges on a daily basis is laundry. So we have 2 sets of washing machines and dryers, and they're busy every day. And again, usually the rule is by dinner time, everything needs to be folded and put away. So it's a nonstop process, and it keeps the people doing this every day as one of the biggest chores.
There's somebody who does our kitchen floors. That's their chore for the week. and they have to do it before everybody comes down, or the floors really don't get clean because you're mopping and people are walking.
Breakfast is, everybody else is supposed to be dressing downstairs at 8 o'clock.
At least in any place that's very cold.
Finish breakfast, finish chores, and school
Yeah,
starts
place that's
at
very
9.
cold.
Even though
Muddy.
it's sometimes a lot chaos here, we manage to get through it. I mean, you don't have to tell other people what to do, you just know what to do.
Yeah, no,
when
because
stuff
you're
get
used to
crazy.
it.
Things happen, I mean, like in the family, and everyone is always there. Like, we're almost a team. Like, there's always people there that jump on top of things.
They homeschool their children and grandchildren together? How? Man.
And starting school, my daughter and her kids generally come over.
The younger kids basically do their school in the morning.
Your
help
daughter
out
and
the
her
older
kids.
And then during the afternoon nap and
the
then
hell?
other things, and then the older kids are doing their school.
I don't not think they couldn't get academics at school. I know they could. I'm not afraid of what they'll pick up or learn. I love being with my children. I do teach English to everybody, and I do a geography. We just finished the 50 states, and science and history. But we do that depending on my schedule because I have to go grocery shopping twice, and doctor's appointments. We have a lot of medically needy kids or kids who need follow-ups. My degree was in education from the University of Maryland, but it actually started out in nursing.
Man, that's interesting. So homeschooling. Wow, how does that work when they have more younger? See, remember they said they had like about 20 kids that stay in the home. 20 kids, so out of 38. Damn, so the others would like go to school. Man, I mean, school is gonna be expensive though. School is gonna be, wait, Joe, they're not gonna actually pay for school. What am I talking about? They're not actually gonna pay for school. It's all free. It's when it gets to like colleges, then it's like they now have to like get loans, student loans and stuff. But yeah, this is crazy. Well, this is very interesting.
That's my love, is medical. We've had heart surgeries, significant orthopedic surgeries, where I did all the PT because there wasn't a good resource here. Because an agency or people in our adoption community would send, well, this child has this tumor and a big tumor, you know, and I'd look at it and I'd say, I'm gonna maybe send that to the cleft clinic at Children's. And then nobody was totally interested in that child, and I'd say, Paul, nobody's gonna want this one, let's bring him home.
Damn.
Let's bring her home. And so
That
I
sounds
wasn't
so-
shown all those kids. Maybe we
That sounds so insulting. In a way, if you think about it. I mean, yeah, it's a good deed, but it just sounds so like, well, no one's gonna want her. Just take her. Like, oh my god. It's like, no one's gonna want her. Let's take her. Damn. It's like good and bad at the same time. Just like from my ears, all I could hear was just, I mean, look at her. Like, no one's gonna want her. Or like, why don't we just take her? I mean, wow.
wouldn't have 38.
You never went to Nigeria? Really?
If I was in Russia, I
Russia?
probably would have died because I've had 12 families that rejected me because of my polio, and I know God brought them into my life for a reason, and they've helped me this far, so they're amazing people.
So you're Russian /
Well, I came here when I was 15, okay, almost 16. But I always grew in the orphanage in Ukraine. So when you got a family, it's different. You know, different atmosphere. You have somebody that loves you, you know, that cares for you, and you make sure you're not sick or you're not hungry. You know, we're in the orphanage, it was opposite. You know, you were on your own a lot of times.
When I was put to the orphanage, I was 8, so between
Ooh, that
9
accent
and
is
10 and
really-
11 and 12 was really, really hard for me.
the fact that I met them and they brought me home, everything was just different for me. The fact of learning and depending on them, learning to trust them, learning what the love of a parents mean to me, everything was just new to me.
Even people will say, well, how do you love that many kids? How can you have enough time? Well, whatever we can give is way better than they would have ever had. So we,
True. That's
based
very
on
true.
that premise, we also see their lives changed. You know, we're feeding them. They didn't all have good nutrition. We're getting medicine for them. They didn't get any kind of medical care. And we love them, and they know we love them. I have no doubt, even the ones who, you know, struggle, know we love them.
I remember to this date stepping off the plane in the United States, Dallas Airport. Oh my God, 24 hours ago, I was an orphan, and now I have a family, and my life has totally changed. And anybody comes here, they have a better life already. Like,
Man, I'm just so lost in this video. I don't know how to react to it. Like, you just want to keep listening because it's so interesting. It's not every day you get to see a family that just adopts. I mean, you hear a lot of people like adopting celebrities, like going to countries like Ghana, going to countries like Kenya to adopt babies, adopt young girls, young boys. Angelina Jolie, even in Asia too, going to all those countries to adopt kids. But this one, I never knew that this ones were gonna take things too far, take things too far. 38, man, are you sure you're not gonna keep getting more?
Cuba, he was born, he was
Ukraine, Russia,
in the war is foreign age. Being here is totally different for him. Having bed and food and clothing and everything. People you're 29, you still live at home. I enjoy this. I enjoy this craziness.
I know for many of our children, we've given them the opportunity to live.
Yeah.
They would have died. But you start to see, wow, they're starting to overcome. They know that they're really worth something and they have a life. And that they'll always be loved. They'll always have a home.
That we always have a home. That has to be the best story I have ever seen. It has to be the best story and also sad story. Damn, it always has to come from a sad. Things like that always comes from a sad place. Of course, things like that would happen. Of course, the idea of people getting their kids getting thrown inside garbage. It's so bad. It's I always think just if you don't want to have kids, just have abortions before anything happens, so that it will be less painful, or just be protected, man. But I'm honestly not gonna blame obviously the woman that they were talking about, or the women they were talking about are probably dead or something. I'm obviously not gonna blame them. It's a place that will probably not even have as much education in sex and protection, so I don't even blame them. But damn.